everyone, and welcome to this Video Some Frontier video. My name is Jay Wakefield, and firstly I'd like to apologise for it being nearly 3 days late, this video. Unfortunately, I've been experiencing another bout of depression. It does happen a lot this time of year, but then it does tend to happen a lot any time of year. It just kind of feels more so at this time of year because it's dark now that the clocks have went back. And today is October the 30th, it's a Friday, so tomorrow is Halloween. Anyway, today we're going to be taking a look at one of my older desktop computers, but before we do that, I'd like to talk to you a bit about how everything's set up in here, because I'm not sure I've detailed it as well as I was hoping to in the video on the Compact Disc Pro 5100 there. Now, the thing about this corner is it is my retro computer corner. The whole thing has been moved lock, stock and barrel from the southwest corner of my living room to the northeast corner of my bedroom. You know, just because. No, I'm kidding. And it was kind of moved so that I could make better use of the layout in my living room. And of course the Compact Presario 2240 has went to live there on the desk. And it soon will be paired up with another machine which I won't tell you about. Anyway, now while this was in the living room, the last few months of having all this in the living room, most of this equipment was networked up using a switch. Unfortunately, that is no longer the case, as the router is in there and everything's in here, and I don't want to be running wires across different rooms. You know, because I just don't have the provisions or the ability to be able to do such a thing. I mean, I wish I did, it'd be nice, but at the moment, no. What I am thinking of, though, is a power line Ethernet solution. Of course, the more modern machines are connected up by using wireless, but these older ones are not connected up at all, and I'd really like them to be connected to the network so that they can access stuff on my domain. So, down here we have the Dell Dimension 4600 and the Dell Dimension 4100. Which has the Microsoft Sidewinder Freestyler Pro connected to it. This is the fancy joystick that has gyroscopic sensors that can actually tell, you know, kind of which angle the controller is being held in. You know, kind of like 6-axis on the PlayStation 3, but I'm going to guess about 10 years earlier or so. Old enough that it has a GamePort joystick attachment. Anyway, so that's all that. Now, I did try connecting the Dell Dimension 4100 to the network using my Belkin wireless card, PCI one. Unfortunately, that didn't actually go as planned, unfortunately. So basically I'm just gonna have to keep it off the network until, you know, I can actually get some cabling in here using a power line Ethernet solution. Anyway, I think it's time to switch the machine on. Something else I'd like to add, I did have this KVM permanently powered on. Well, when I say permanently, I mean, what I mean is this KVM switch, it can work one of two ways. You can actually give it its own power supply, which originally it would have come with one, but I didn't get it. But that's not too much of a problem if you don't have it, because you can also power the KVM switch using any one of the computers that's connected to it. See, it will draw its power from the ports on whichever machine's using it. However, that does mean it has to initialize itself while the computer is booting up. Which, you know, if you're wanting to kind of see the boot screen from cold, it can, you know, it can make that a bit of a menace. Unfortunately, the power supply that I did have this KVM plugged into the mains with has since died. It was making an awful buzzing sound, and I was just not confident that that power supply was going to remain safe. So I've ditched it, and now, you know, I have to power this using the computers. So basically what happens is all of these machines are plugged in, ready to go. So I can switch any one of them on, like the Dimension 4100, and that's the KVM initializing. Now, you can actually get to see, whoopsie, you know, an output on the screen from the KVM. But yeah, with this method, you really have to know what machines are on what number, and I'm still kind of learning it because I rearranged. I plugged the machines into different sockets. So I believe it goes Optiplex 380, Dimension 4600, Dimension 4100, and then Compact Desk Pro 5100. So this machine has had a reinstall of Windows because it was giving me a couple of problems, especially with the wireless card installed. But the wireless card has been removed, and what we have is just a plain old Windows 98 install. Now, before, when I had this machine set up, I did have it use the monitor's native resolution of 1280 by 1024. But since then I have decided that that's a wee bit too difficult to see, so I thought I would actually set it to 1024 by 768 instead, and you know, that has made quite a difference. I can actually see what I'm doing on here. Ain't that music, party? Oh, letter from the editor. So there we go, we've got articles, you know, just like in older versions of Encarta, except, you know, now we start to get a more organised view of things. You know, so instead of being given the full text of the article, you know, you can jump to certain bits. And if we want to, we can even jump to the multimedia. So this is all the multimedia to do with Scotland. So there's a lot of pictures. And that is where I used to study. In fact, I do believe that I had some lectures in there. Just not at the time that photograph was taken. Wow. Quite humbling, really, to think that, you know, a photograph in Encarta was something, you know, that something that's photographed in Encarta was basically a part of daily life for me for a good 3 years. It's, and of course you've got music, the Highland. See, I like this. This is the first Encarta. This is the first version of Encarta that can actually have all the content installed to the hard drive. So, I mean, we've got all the multimedia stuff, all the pictures and what have you. Not came across any 360 degree views yet, but you know, you can actually go have a look at the text. Isn't that magical? And you can even browse the article using headings and subheadings. And in my case, I can curse about how I was unable to find the option that would diddle the font size up. Oh, there we go. Options, text sized, large. Oh, and there's a map. And then from there, I could go to an article about Aberdeen and have a look at its multimedia. And I've been down there as well, but people of Aberdeen will kind of know it's not a place that you really want to be hanging around unless you would like to be prepositioned for something that's greasy. So that's absolutely fantastic. So I'm just wondering if there's any other bits of software I can show you then. Well, I have Roxio Easy CD Creator. Now, this is version 5 Platinum, because there's a DVD version. Because there's a DVD writer in this system, I have actually updated it so that, as you can see, I can make data DVDs. Unfortunately, the update for this version of Encarta, the update for this version of ETCD Creator only really gives you the option of making data DVD discs. You can't make video DVD discs. To do that, you'd actually need Encarta version. No, why do I keep saying Encarta? To do that, you need Roxio Easy CD and DVD Creator version 6. So, I mean, that's how that all works. Excellent. A Microsoft Picture Publisher 2001. And this is why building your software heavily using Flash is not a good idea. It tends to slow it down. Skip the welcome movie. Don't want that. So we've got, you know, all kind of things. Obviously, Portrait Photo, I think, was well, basically the newer versions starting from 2001. Well, starting from, I'm not too sure actually, but I think it might have been 2000. Although I couldn't tell you for sure, but you know, somewhere along the line, Microsoft Portrait Photo actually took on the features previously offered by Microsoft Greetings. So, there you have it. Anyway, let's play some games. First off, I want to play a game that I saw a video on the other day. I can't remember exactly whose it was, but in fact, I'm actually kicking myself now because I really can't remember whose it was. But this game is actually quite good. And it is definitely very much of the time. Now, I've loaded the CD in, but I have to tell you, I think the top drive in this machine, which is a DVD writer, is on its way out. It's taken a long time to read anything, and you actually have to nudge a tray upwards very, very gently for it to close. And unfortunately, this game is in French, but basically it's Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, also known as Pod Racer. Okay. I mean, I would like to get the English language version of the game. So as you can see, I've already made a profile. Well, hey. I would readjust the controls, but in French I don't fully know what I'm doing, so even though I've telecharged this game to even though I've telecharged this due to mon ordinateur, I still ne sais pas. Fountain! Oh, jings! Je ne sais pas. Qui je faire? Le deuxième tour. Je suis dans la première position. La position première. Bon, oui! Oh, I guess this would be the perfect game if to use the motion sense. Down the auto, the last lap, the final lap. This game would probably be, if I could hold it steady enough, it would be the perfect game in which to use the Microsoft Freestyle Pro. Funny story, you know, when I was a wee lad, playing on the PlayStation 1 for the very first time, I played Ridge Racer. And I would steer the controller in with the, kind of the movements that I wanted of the car. And that's a behaviour that I've unlearned. And now that we have motion sensitive controllers as a thing, I wouldn't mind relearning said behaviour, and yeah. I like how you can send these rocks flying as well. Not sure that's very good for your pod, but it is quite fun nonetheless. There we go. And then... Je won le game. Je won la game. Oui. Oh, that's good. I can actually do multiplayer on this game if I wanted to. Have this machine actually linked up to a network. Okay, so we've we've done that. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. And now let's go from LucasArts to Fox Interactive. Why don't we have a go on this level? I know him so well. Oh, would you look at that? Some doors. That's nice. And then you've got bloomin' skate. You've got bloomin' dancing on ice penguins. I mean, that's nice. Come on, guys. At least let Strictly Come Dancing run out to the final first before you start doing bloomin' Strictly on dancing ice. Oh, I found a secret level. I see now. It's kind of like a bonus, kind of to get some lives. So I've got to be really, really careful now, because I've just lost all my crystals. And because Croc kind of works in the same way as Sonic the Hedgehog does, that your kind of points thingy gets you at least some form of invincibility, then... Ah! Jings! I was nearly away to frame myself there. Come on. Excellent. Yeah, and that's another thing about this game. It's a bit disorientating with the heights thing. The camera angles as well, just kind of... You know, there's been parts of this game that have actually given me, you know, a slight vertigo attack. It's... Yeah. Nonsense. Okay, so now I've found a key. So now I guess it's to get to... Oh, James. I need to get to another dot. Do I need to go back from where I came? Nigel Farage will be pleased. Oh, here we go. So that's all that was for. I mean, okay, it's... Yeah, it's actually unlocked quite a lot, but it's stuff that's pivotal to the level. Yeah, nose bulldogs will kill you despite looking friendly and being pink. It's probably because they are pink that they'll kill you. They're probably like, oh, again I look like a pure fanny in pink. So I'm gonna tack it out on you. Excellent. Now we're getting somewhere. I've just realised this game would slot quite well into the puzzle genre. So I've lost all my crystals again. Is this going to be... Oh, it's a gobo. It was never going to be a lose-lose situation, really, thinking about it. I was either going to find some crystals or gobo. Or one of the coloured gems. Or that was going to happen. And I love how the boxes kind of change depending on where they are, the colour of them. Oh! Right, good. Okay. That's what I wanted to do. I mean, really, right now, I could use some crystals. Excellent. And another gobo. But there we are, we've got... we actually do have... Oh, a platform. Don't tell me I'm going to have to go back there and I am. I'm going to have to go back and reset the blooming switch. Right. Okay, well, I would say that that's the end of that. So anyway, that has been a look at my Dell Dimension 4100. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. And also please feel free to take a look at some of my other videos. Also, like Videos on Frontier on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you'll all join me for my next video.